Hey friends, and welcome back. So guys, today I'm going to be sharing my keto journey so far. I'm going to be sharing why I got started, how I got started, and where I am as
I'm
of
a
today.
grown woman. I can do whatever I want.
Now before we hop into it, let me first just say a huge thank you to Misty from Simply Misty. If it had not been for her sharing her progress on her keto journey, I don't know if I would have ever stumbled across anything regarding keto. I had not heard about keto before she uploaded her first progress video. Now, for those of you that may not be familiar with Misty, her channel used to be called Couponing with Misty or Couponing Misty, I believe. Anyways, we met through the couponing community and doing collabs and things like that. So that's how we became known of each other, was through the couponing community. So Misty ended up taking a little bit of a break from social media just to work on her overall health. And when she came back, she posted her progress video and the fact that she had jumped on the keto bandwagon and all the health benefits she received from doing so. And let me just tell you guys, I was just like, when I seen her video and her before and after picture, I was like, OMG, what Kool-Aid has she been drinking? Because I needs me some of that. Like, for real. Her progress was just so amazing to see. And for me, I was like, okay, I need to look into keto. I need to figure out what she's doing. I need to get me some of them keto pills. Whatever it is, I need that in my life. So I immediately started to research keto via the web, of course, hitting up different blog spots, YouTube videos, went to Facebook, went to Instagram, etc. So I just kind of started to research what keto was. I did not, however, start right then and there. It actually still took me a little time. But nonetheless, I want to say thank you so very much to Misty for sharing your journey, for sharing the progress that you have received so far from this ketogenic lifestyle. If no one else has said thank you, let me say thank you, thank you, thank you. You definitely motivated me to just really get my act together. So thank you, girlfriend, for that. Now, for anyone who is not familiar with Misty, I will leave her channel link down below in the description box for you. Definitely hop over, check her out, subscribe to her channel. I guarantee you, you will not regret it. She is absolutely amazing. And just again, the fact that she is so brave to share her journey from weight loss to overall health on YouTube is just outstanding. So thank you so very much for that, Miss. All right, so before we jump into it, let me just set this little disclaimer. I am not a healthcare professional. I do not have a background in healthcare. Outside of putting a Band-Aid on my kid's boo-boo, I know nothing about healthcare at all. I am simply going to be sharing what works for me, what has not worked for me, what I'm currently doing, what I plan to do, so on and so forth. Just sharing this journey with you guys, but also documenting it for myself as well. So again, I am not a healthcare professional. I am simply sharing what I have started doing and what has been working for me overall. Now, I am 30-something years of age. I stand 4 feet and 9 inches tall. Before starting the ketogenic diet, my weight was 151 pounds, which actually for me, my body type, my body frame, was considered obese. So technically, I was obese. Yeah, obese. I guess it's what a McDonald's and Oreo diet does to you. But nonetheless, I am down by 22 pounds as of today, the recording of this video. So I decided to start keto, honestly, for the weight loss benefit. That was my main goal at first. I just wanted to get my sexy back. I was just like, you know what? One day I'm going to be able to wear a two-piece before I leave this earth and look good in it. That's the difference. I can wear one, but I want to look good in it and not disgust myself. Honestly, that's where my mindset was when I first started keto. I just want to shed this excess weight. I have always been one that I carry my weight in my face, I carried it in my arms, and I carried it in my midsection as well as my thighs. Has always been that way for me, and more so after childbirth. I have 4 kiddos total. So more so after childbirth is when it really just hit me in my midsection, and I have never been able to get rid of it no matter what. Like legit, there has been times that I have eaten lunch and I can literally get away with parking in front of the little signs that say, expecting mothers, get out the truck, with my bag on my hand, and no one questioned me because that's just how bloated my stomach was. Legit. it's a whole situation. But anyways, we are working to correct that. So now that I have done some research on keto and understanding what this whole ketogenic diet or lifestyle is, I'm more focused on overall health. Yes, I still want to lose weight. I still want my clothes to fit good. I still want my body to look good on the outside, but more so I want my body to feel good on the inside. So that's where my focus has shifted over these past 7 weeks. Now, I started keto back in November the 30th to be exact. So right about 7 weeks at the recording of this video, I have been on a complete strict ketogenic diet, meaning I have not incorporated any carbs or sugars. And when I say carbs or sugars, I'm meaning the bad stuff. No McDonald's, no pasta, no bread, no cookies, no soda. I have been completely eating clean on a strict ketogenic diet. And I tell you guys, by eating a more clean diet, I just feel absolutely amazing inside and out. I have more energy throughout the day. Like, it's a steady flow of energy. It's not like when you take an energy pill or energy drink and it, boosts you up for a little bit and then you die down. It's not like that at all. It's just a steady amount of energy, and I just feel so much better overall, inside and out. And I know what I'm putting into my body is clean, and that's one thing that I tell you, mind over matter, that makes all the difference. I can even go to McDonald's to get something to eat for the kids, and the smell alone makes me sick to my stomach. It's like I'm completely turned off from it. I do not want it at all. So again, I started the whole ketogenic diet lifestyle with the mind frame of losing weight. I am now more focused on my overall health and really just healing my body from the inside. Now, how did I get started? Well, I mentioned that when I first heard about keto from Misti, and I did a ton of research, watching other videos, reading blogs, and all that stuff there, I still did not jump on the bandwagon right then and there. Let me tell you guys, I was laying in bed one night because I could not sleep because I was on a complete sugar high from eating all the cookies, all the McDonald's, and drinking who knows how many soda waters throughout the day. So I was scrolling through Instagram and just looking at all these little video clips of Beyonce twerking her best life out in a one-piece leotard. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, well, what is your life? Like, what is your life? Like, what are you doing? Now, by all means, I'm not saying I'm trying to be Beyonce or look like Beyonce. And I know that she probably has a trainer for each part of her body. Totally. But what I am saying is that we can all be our own Beyonce, our own J-Lo, just by way of giving our body what our body needs, incorporating exercise, and really being dedicated to, again, our overall health and just getting our body in the best possible shape that we can actually get it into. So after scrolling through Instagram, I woke up the next morning, I went into my pantry, and I told those Oreos, listen up. I got something to say. Listen, listen, listen. You will not enter my body today. It ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. You will not enter this body. Then I told to the pasta. I was going to cook you today and make me a big bowl of macaroni and cheese, but you know what? I have thought about it. You shall not enter my body either. I'm not going to do it to myself. And it also helped to the fact that I gave a lot of food away to the food pantry. And I let the kids eat the remaining Oreos that was left. And I have not purchased Oreos since. Let me tell you, they having an issue. They feel it some kind of way because I ain't brought Oreos in this house. But I know my weakness. It ain't happening on my watch. Anyways, moving on. So what I did is that I went over to Kroger as well as the Sprouts, and I picked up some ketogenic friendly foods, meaning I picked up fresh ingredients, clean food. I got myself some kale, some spinach, a mixed green mix for my salads. I got some berries. I got some non-cured bacon. Got me some really good cuts of pork chops and some steak. Like, I got some whole food. I didn't even go down the aisles of the grocery store. I shopped just the perimeter. For the first time, I felt like an adult. You know what I mean? Like a true adult. Typically, the only time I go through the perimeter of the outside of the grocery stores when I'm getting my milk. you know, your dairy products, and I'm getting a few things off the green area, you know. And what I really liked with my greens was just really my kale and my cucumbers. But anyways, nonetheless, I went to the store and I got things that I knew that I would eat. That's first off. Now, I see all these people sharing different recipes, what they eat in a day and stuff like that. And a lot of those things, I won't even lie, I ain't never heard of. Like, what? What is that? Come again? So I didn't go and pick up those items. I picked up the items that I knew that I already liked, and I ate those in abundance. So for me, I absolutely love kale. I will eat kale raw. I would make a kale smoothie, eat kale in my salads, make kale chips. I enjoy kale. So I knew for me, kale was going to be the way to go. So I picked up kale. Just like cucumbers. Cucumbers pretty much add no carbs or anything. Well, they do have carbs, but they don't add anything to spike your insulin, which is a good thing because I absolutely love cucumbers. So I picked up some of those. So tip for you there. When you go out to do your first grocery haul for a ketogenic diet or lifestyle, I say diet, but I really think of it as a lifestyle because it is a lifestyle. Anyways, get things that are healthy that you already enjoy, and then start to add in other things here and there and here to just get your taste buds accustomed to other things, so on and so forth. So anyways, I went and picked up things that I knew I would eat. All right, so let's talk about the first 2 days of this transition for me. And I won't lie to you guys, the first 2 days was complete hell for me. I'm talking just brutal. My body was so mad at me and just screaming at me. All my body wanted was all the carbs, all the sugar. Like legit, the little voice in my head was like, lady, when are we going to McDonald's? We didn't get our order today. We need to go to McDonald's and order all the things. Like legit, my body was pissed at me. It was just pure hell. I will tell you, pure torture the first 2 days. Now, a lot of people refer to these symptoms as the keto flu because legit, it feels like you have straight up the flu. You're hot, you're cold, you're sweaty, you're shivering, you're in the bathroom for a majority of the time. You have the worst headache that no matter what, you just can't seem to shake. Like legit, you feel like you do have the actual flu. Now, what's really going on is that your body is pretty much detoxing. So you're going through these withdrawal symptoms from all the bad stuff, from all the carbs, all the sugar, the caffeine, and so on. You're legit having withdrawal symptoms. That's what's going on in this time frame. Now, for me, this only lasted for 2 days, a complete whole 2 days. For some people, it may be a little bit longer. It may only be 1 day. And for some people, they may not experience this at all. So what I would say to you is that if you're deciding to jump on the keto bandwagon, you want to be aware of any and all side effects that may come from the transition period. And then, of course, side effects down the line, so on and so forth. But you want to be prepared as much as possible. There are several different recipes that you can make, different home remedies to help ease that flu-like symptom. One thing I did that was a tremendous help for me, but I wasn't smart enough to do this in the beginning. It wasn't until the second day that I realized I had all that I needed, was that I took pure essential peppermint oil and I put it in my diffuser, just a few drops, and let it diffuse throughout the house. I have actually 4 diffusers, but I put it in 3. So I had 2 downstairs and then 1 upstairs that sits over the banister of the stairs, so it really flows the oil downstairs. So I had 1 in my office, 1 upstairs, and then 1 in the living room downstairs. And that definitely helped so much to ease that migraine that I had. I also took a warm towel, put a few drops of the peppermint oil there, and just put it on the very back of my neck, and then kind of just patted myself down with it. That helped so much. I really couldn't eat in those 2 days. I couldn't seem to keep anything down. I tried to eat, it just wasn't working for me. But I was able to drink. So I made myself a warm lemon and apple cider vinegar drink. It may sound nasty, but let me tell you guys, don't knock it. So what I did was I took 1 cup of warm water, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1/4 spoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 spoon of no salt, which is straight potassium, and then 1/4 spoon of sea salt or pink Himalaya salt, whichever you may have on hand, or you could do a combination of both if you wanted to. I also took half a lemon and squeezed that in and just drunk that straight like that. Now, I did use a metal straw because, of course, with apple cider vinegar, it's very acidic. You don't want it to be touching your teeth directly because it will ruin the enamel, etc., etc. You have to do a bunch of research on it, but long story short, always use a straw, and preferably you want to use a metal straw with drinking anything that is very high acid, acidic, etc. So that's what I did. Peppermint oil and then a apple cider, lemon, salt, cinnamon drink definitely helped to calm all of the aches and pains that I was having, and definitely made that migraine subside within like 7 minutes or so. It was just like magic. So that's a tip for you there. Peppermint oil, apple cider vinegar, get that going and you will feel so much better in this whole transition period on the keto flu. Now, after those 2 days, I felt amazing. I had no symptoms of the keto flu left. I felt just overall energy. My mind was clear. And I had this steady flow of energy throughout the day. It wasn't like I took a caffeinated drink or energy drink or anything like that to where it brings you up and then it brings you right down. Nothing like that. I just had this very steady, smooth energy, and it just felt absolutely great. So at that point, my body was able to start taking in food. So I started off eating higher fats, moderate protein, and then again low carbs. That's kind of the baseline of the ketogenic diet. So within that first week, I lost a lot of weight, which was more so water weight, because again, beforehand, I was eating a lot of carbohydrates, which makes your body store water. So once I stopped those taking in those carbs, my body started to shed the water, of course. So I did lose a lot of water weight in the beginning, that first week, probably a week and a half, and I lost a few inches as well. Now, clothes that I have not been able to fit into in like years, I was able to fit, and that felt so good. Even lost a few inches around my arm here. And my face, I can tell I was losing as well. Now, after that first week and a half or so, I wasn't losing as much weight, and I started to realize I became a little bit bloated after eating. So at that point, I was like, okay, what's going on? What do I need to do? What am I doing wrong? So on and so forth. So I decided to start taking in low fats, dietary fats on the low end, still staying with moderate protein and very low carbs. This gave my body a chance to really eat away at the fat that was still there. And again, for me, I carry a lot of my fat in my mid area, my arms, my thighs, and my face. So once I started doing this, low fat, moderate protein, and low carbs, I can tell a difference. I started to lose a little bit more weight as well as a few more inches, and I still felt great. I didn't have the need to eat 3, 4, 5, or 6 meals a day. I legit was eating probably 2 meals a day. And I was completely fine and sustained with just eating 2 meals a day. It was just amazing. I mean, not having to stop to fix food, first off, is just like, yay. I know, real world problems. But seriously, it was just amazing not to have to stop and actually fix food and then sit and hold 10, 20, 50, 30 minutes to actually consume the food. Anyways, 2 meals a day is where I was for a good bit of time. Now, I have realized that my body hit another plateau. I am still losing weight and still losing a few inches, not as aggressively as I would want, and really so not in the area that I'm really wanting to lose the most weight, which again is my mid area. Now, what I have found out and come to realize is that I have a slow metabolism, which we're going to talk about that like in a whole different video, but I have a slow metabolism. But with that as well, I'm insulin resistant, meaning my body is off balance. The chemicals in my body is off balance. So when I eat, of course, you spike your insulin. My body has a harder time getting that insulin to work the way it's supposed to, where it's supposed to bring in the nutrients into your cells and all that stuff there, etc. So I have come to realize that. So with that, I realized that I may need to go ahead and start adding in some exercise, and not only for the matter of correcting the metabolism and the insulin resistant, but also because I noticed I was dropping weight, but my clothes wasn't fitting as I would like them. Like they fit, but I have no definition to my body, no shape to my body. It's just, I would, becoming just a stick, so to speak. So starting to add in some weight training will definitely help me to build up my muscles, my strength, but then also help to raise my metabolism as well as correct my insulin resistance. Again, we will do a whole other video talking about those things down the line. So what I have done and what I am doing currently is that I started a 21-day boot camp challenge. And let me tell you guys, OMG, I have never worked so hard when it comes to working out, like legit, ever in my life. Like legit. I am personally not a gym person per se. So going to the gym and doing some cardio or doing some weights just never was my cup of tea. I do, however, like to do exercise classes or group classes where you're with a bunch of other people, because for me, I find it to be very motivating. And it just keeps me on target. So if I see someone else that's maybe a little bit older than me and they're hitting it, and I'm like, well, I need to be doing that. Or even someone that's a little bit younger than me and they're hitting it, I'm like, well, I need to get on that. So it's just very motivating for me to be in a group setting when it comes to exercising. I never done good with just isolated gym exercise. So with the 21-day boot camp challenge, it does include a meal plan and a specific targeted exercise program for your body type. It's about 10 of us in this class together. And let me just tell you, our trainer is amazing. I love, love, love this woman. I met her about a year, maybe 2 years ago. And she was doing basically free Zumba classes in the evening at the local park for ladies. And that's how I came to know her. Blah, blah, blah. Moving forward, she's now in an actual facility and she has her own gym and she's doing a lot more personal training, group sections, still doing her Zumba, meal planning, and all these other things. So hooked back up with her when I seen that she posted on Facebook that she was going to be doing this 21-day boot camp, blase, blase. So when I went in and did my evaluation with her, of course, she took my weight. She also did the machine where they test your basal, I think it's called basal metabolic rate, which is basically the amount of calories you burn doing absolutely nothing. Just your daily calorie, how does it, the daily amount of calories, again, that you burn by doing nothing. Just sitting at your desk, washing dishes, folding clothes, watching TV. The amount that your body burns no matter what, because it's working on the inside to actually keep you going. So we did all those measurements, and that's when I realized that I had absolutely no metabolism. Like it was literally zero, like none. And my body to fat mass, I think that's how you said, fat mass, body mass to fat, however you say it, was high. Again, I was considered to be obese for my particular body size, frame, and so on. So anyways, I started this challenge on the 2nd of January. We work out 5 nights a week, Monday through Friday. There were 2 different time slots, one from 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m., which was just not going to work for me. Like, I ain't getting up. No, wasn't going to happen. Or 8 p.m. to 9. So I end up going 8 p.m. to 9, which I thought at first was going to be a huge issue for me, because typically anytime I personally do any type of workout or aerobic training or anything getting my blood flowing, I'm alert, I'm up, and I can't sleep. Like, legit has always been my issue. However, she worked us so dang hard. I come home, I take me a soak in some Epsom salt, some lavender, and I get in that bed and I'm out. Now, there's some nights when my brain is still like wired and I'm just like, okay, I can't get to sleep. But I will just lay in that bed because I can't move because my body hurts so bad until I actually fall asleep. So anyways, I have been loving this boot camp. So where I am now on this keto journey is working on, again, overall health, healing the inside, working my way out. I'm in the gym 5 nights a week, working on building muscle in order to build up my metabolism as well, and then also building up or fixing my insulin resistance. That way I become insulin sensitive versus being resistant, etc. So that is where I'm at, and that is what I'm working on, and that is what I will now, moving forward, continue to share with you guys on a weekly basis. Included in that, I am going to be starting intermittent fasting, and I'm going to start with 16-8, where you fast for 16 hours and you eat for an 8-hour window. And I will be starting that Monday, January 21st, I believe it is. I'm starting it Monday, January 21st, because that's actually going to be the last day of our boot camp. So I want to start it then, and then we're going to start over with the boot camp, so on and so forth. So I'm going to do the intermittent fasting and the boot camp together and see if my results are, if I have faster results as far as, again, building up the muscle, getting my strength there, back fixing my metabolism, but then also the insulin resistant, and hopefully getting rid of my mixed session, because that gut just, it got to go. Like it been hanging on for too long. It is time for the gut to go. Alright guys, so there you have it. Very long, rambling video, I'm sure, of exactly where I started at with this keto journey and where I am now and where I am trying to go. I would love to hear from you guys. Definitely let me know in the comments if you have gotten on the keto bandwagon. If not, if you're thinking about it, what's holding you back, so on and so forth. And again, let me know what type of keto related content you would like to see as well. I know you guys want to see what I eat in the day, meal plans and things like that. So I will definitely be bringing those items to the channel as well. But definitely, if there's anything other that you would like to see from me, leave that in the comments down below. As always, I thank you so very much for watching. Definitely be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. And until next time, guys, stay healthy.